So ukianza kujua mtu amekudeliver kutoka hizo vitu zote, mimi hata niliacha kutithe. Na ndakwambia kwa nini.
Do you want to know why Pastor T does not give tithe? Then this video is for you. If you want to learn more about tithing, if you want to know more about giving, and you want to know why Pastor T nowadays does not give tithe. And as we know, Pastor T is a great preacher across the nation and even he normally goes abroad. This is a man of God who most of you, they trust. This is a man of God. He has the revelation of Christ. He is a man of God who has been used greatly by God. But he does not give tithe. Because we need to know why he does not give tithe. Please make sure you listen to him the whole of this video, because he will give you something that you will understand why he does not give tithe. And if you will not listen through this video, please don't comment negative comments there without knowing why he does not give tithe. So let us not waste a lot of time. Let's dive in to hear why he does not give tithe. And if you have not subscribed to this channel, make sure you subscribe. Make sure you turn a notification bell on. Make sure you share. Make sure you like and you comment. But commenting must be done when you have watched the whole of this video, because at the end of this video is when you will understand everything and you understand why he does not give tithe. Let's start and listen what he is about to say.
Don't think so. And in fact, let me tell you, giving does not guarantee you heaven. Giving is a principle of your welfare. Kuna watu wa tithe, hawatoangi any offering, and they will make it heaven. Going to heaven is not pegged by our giving. But now, when you begin to understand the economy of love, anytime you love somebody, you don't shy away from spending. This is the mystery. When you love someone and you honor that person, it is amazing that there are people who feel privileged to give gifts to the president, yet he can afford. Sasa kuna time nilikuwa naona prezo akiwajiandaa, unaona mzee anataka kabisa chukua hii picha. Imemcost, juu anajaribu kumuonesha na kuona na kurespect, na pia wewe ni mzee, you know, you are sovereign, you are powerful, and I honor you. So that's why biblical giving is 100% out of revelation. And maybe tunaweza anza hata na hiyo tithe. The first tither, God could demand. God could demand the first tithe. This is what happened. It is in the book of Genesis. And this is the genesis of tithing. Ukienda kwa the nations of what they used to call the Near Far East nation, the Mesopotamia culture, that is back in the days, ilikuanga small nations used to give a tenth of their harvest to big nations for protection and security. So a good example, Kenya inaweza amua itakuwa ina tithe ya Amero. So tukicollect tunapatia Amero 10%. Then anytime there is an attack over Kenya, it's not the work of Kenya to fight. America will defend us and protect us, because we have acknowledged the authority of America of our lives. That was the culture of the day. Now, Abraham is coming from war. And kwa hii war ameenda kurescue one cousin anaitwa Lot. So ameenda kurescue Lot na akadefeat all the kings. It was a battle of around 9 kings. So ni kumaanisha kwa teritoria ya Abraham hakukuwa na king angepatia tithe. Juu amewashinda wote. So there is no king who could give Abraham protection. But in that journey, he meets the king of Salem. And then the king of Salem gave him wine and bread. And after receiving wine and bread, akampatia a tenth. The king of Salem never requested for the tenth. But the king of Salem gave him wine and bread. And that king is an everlasting king, of course, that's Jesus. So ideally ilikuwa ali understand the culture of tithing. So Abraham met a king higher than the kings of this realm. Na bread ina represent the word of God. Wine ina represent Holy Spirit. So where you receive bread and wine, you are nourished spiritually. That's where you take your tithe. So it was out of, number one, the revelation, not obligation. Yeye aliona this is a sovereign king, this is a majestic king, this is a great king, this is a king that has given me victory, so let me offer a tenth as a sign of worship. But the revelation was, from today, my protection will come from this king. That's why sasa later in Malachi, anakuja nasema, ni test na hizi vitu, mwone kama sitafungua the windows of heaven, na kama sita protect your harvest from the devourer. Kwa sababu the pattern was, you tithe to a bigger king, and that superior sovereign king, anytime you're attacked, will come. So the work of rebuking the devourer was the work of the superior king. So hiyo inali sasa ukichukua tithe upeleke children's home ni kumaanisha umebypass the system of divine protection. Na vitu mbili happen. Bible nasema, I will open the windows of heaven. The first time the windows of heaven zilifunguliwa ni wakati wa floods. Kwa sababu ukisoma Genesis 6, Bible nasema God ali open the vaults na aka open the windows of heaven. The second time tunasikia kuhusu the windows of heaven ni wakati kulikuwa na drought, a famine in Samaria, in 2 Kings chapter number 6 and 7, to a point watu walikuwa nakula the dropping of chicken and heads of donkeys. It was so severe mpaka wamadha walikuwa nakula watu wao. Na Elisha akasema kesho economy ita shift. One handler akasema hata windows of heaven zifunguliwe, it cannot shift. So what do the windows of heaven represent? They represent supernatural supply. So tithing is a biblical principle. You apply it, you get the blessings and the benefits. You refuse to apply it, you'll still go to heaven, but your welfare in the economy of Christendom will be affected.
Let us pause a bit. You hear what he has said in just that clip of 2 minutes before we continue to hear why he does not give tithe. Now, from what I've understood from him, that giving, it is out of love. And according to the word of God, when you are giving a tithe, you must give to higher authority. So it's to get protection and other things. And that's why he has given example of Kenya tithing, or Kenya giving some amount to America. So when we have any fight in Kenya, Kenya will not do anything, but America will fight for Kenya because maybe Kenya is tithing to America. So the same way he is explaining that when you give tithe, you get protection from God. So let us continue and we hear why. Because he has explained the importance of tithing, but why he does not give tithe. Let's continue and listen to him.
Maze, kuna time ningekosa tu kukua faithful na tithe, unastukia kitu imeenda. Kuna time nilinunuanga simu na doza tithe, nikashikwa na kanjo, na nilikuwa naenda kupreach lunch hour, nikashikwa na kanjo, nikapigwa faini ya 5,000. Hiyo simu mpya nikienda kutoa gari kwa kanjo pale tu jiam, ikabebwa. Nikapiga hesabu tadada, nikaona ile tithe sikuwa nimelipa, iko worth hiyo simu na iko worth hiyo nini. De fulani nimetoka kesha, nimeweka ndai hapo nje, spare wheel ikatolewa kwa sababu tu cost ya do yenye nilitumia. So nikaanza kuona literally, if I'm not faithful, na God could teach differently. Lecture zangu zinaweza kosa kwa zako. And when I activated the system of tithing, nika discover kuna levels za attacks hazikam, because nime activate a principle of divine protection. Nimetoka kesha kupray, but unaona kitu inafaa kushield wealth yangu ni tithe. Jua mezema nita rebuke devourer. So prayer at that level haina capacity ya ile job tithe inafaa kufanya.
So wewe no.
I want to ask you a question as we continue listening to him, because we need to know why he does not give tithe. Now, he is saying that there is time he lost a lot because of not tithing. So I want to ask you a question. Is there any day you lost something, and when conviction came, you heard the voice telling you is because you did not give tithe. I want you to answer yourself as we continue to listen to him, because we need to understand why he does not give tithe. And now you can see he is explaining very well tithe, the importance of tithe. According to him, he has been affected of not giving tithe, and now does not give tithe. Why he does not give tithe? Let's continue and listen, and at the end we'll get the answer.
Attacked. You know, this is my father. Ni aje na ku-attacked. Conviction tu inakam. Na kuna mzee tuliagiungi naye cause kuna wasema mimi ni tithing na wako church. So tukaju sana, akanipiga ma scripture nini, nikamwambia ni aje tuingie tu prayer. Tuulize God what is your will on tithing. Juu sio mimi niliandika Bible na sio wewe. So hatuwezi sema wewe uko correct na mimi niko wrong. And literally I took time and I told a few people, you know what, kuna hii new teaching imekam about tithing ya Old Testament. Wacha tu pray. Tujue kama tuna teach watu era ama ni story God kabisa ame authenticate. Na tukaingia prayer. And the first answer was very simple. Every giving should be backed by love. Hiyo ndio the core business. Giving yote lazima ikuwe from a cheerful and a loving heart. We give because we love God. We give because we love God. Kuna madam alibreakingi alabaster jar kwa miguu za Yesu. Ilikuwa worth 1 year salary, Mary Magdalene. Kila mtu akacomplain, mpaka madisciple akasema, mazee unamwagaje mafuta kwa miguu ya Yesu? Hii pesa ingetumika kusaidia maskini. Yesu akawaangalia akawaambia ni aje ile kitu dem anajua mjui. So it is revelation that made her break the alabaster jar. So you can't understand people commitment in giving until you understand the revelation that they have. So they say you always jua pali mtu God amemtoa. Na that's why wale watu tithe ni kama cult. Always wa convince wameona ikifanya job. So wanajuanga hii system, si hadi story hii kitu iko. The second thing God akatuambia, hii attack, it's not an attack on the giving, it's an attack on the treasury of the church. Because when the church has no money, vision is not a problem. Mtu alisemanga, where there is no vision, people perish. But where there are no people, the vision perishes. So unakuta wasi wako na good ideas, concepts that can change the nation, but there are no resources. So how do they implement that? The other day the Catholic Church waligather, wakaambia gavo acha nini na mashule zetu. Because they are trying to protect a heritage of vitu wamekuwa wakiteach watu hii, wanafeel hii curriculum kuna vitu inaleta. So if churches are not empowered enough even to open schools and hospitals, juu kuna hiyo self-entitlement, then there's a problem. So God akasema, this is an attack on the treasury. And I looked at it. Meeting ilifanywa hapa ya Benny Hill. It costed almost $1 million to get the kind of equipment, to get the kind of stadium and all that. That was supposed to be the budget. But Benny Hill alikuja na kuna vitu kadhaa alisema ni aje isi lazima. Now you see, Benny Hill alikuwa ready kulipa hiyo do. Cause kwenye ametoka watu wanajua kusupport mission. You know, guys will give and say go and preach. But ilifika point, bishop wa Kenya wakasema, for how long will people be coming to our land? Na do zao wanatupea, sisi tunampangia mkutano, alafu wanaenda na blessings, sisi tunaachwa na injili. Na wakasema hii time we want to pay the price. Now that's a meeting. Kuna mtu atazuia aseme hii doni aje. Unajua mkutano moja ya ODM ilikuwa ina costingi 15 million and they used to have meetings daily during the campaign season. No one complains. Watu walikuwa wanaenda Serena wana buy one plate at $1 million to support a man to sit on a throne for 5 years. But when it comes to vitu za kifalme, there is a lot of riot, a lot of complaint. But there is no other way. Waswata sikiza gospel kama mtu ataenda nje. And there is no other way. Money will never rain from heaven. God has created a system. So when the treasury is attacked, the next thing tutakuwa the masses of politicians. The next thing the church itakuwa inajengwa na pesa hatujui pahali zilitoka. Na ukiangalia direction vile imeenda, that's where church inakanika imeenda. So the second thing God akasema, it's an attack on the treasury. Revivals are expensive. Doing meetings, I do high school missions. To buy tents and all that. Whatever we bought costed us 60 million. If I was to do a tent meeting one day in a high school, it will not cost me less than 3 million. Na hiyo ni kuhubiria vijana. Watu watapiga kelele Twitter, nini ina happen ma high school, but nani anabonga nao? So it's expensive to preach the gospel, and one of the systems is the system of giving, but people don't see it until society anze ku crumble, not only is what is happening. Number 3, God akasema giving is a product of teaching and revelation. The moment we don't teach the Bible, the whole counsel of God, and we focus on giving only, there is more to God than offering. So kuna watu waliamua Monday to Monday ni toa, 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 toa. Na Kings sitakata, kuna makanisa za watu. We won't run away from that. Kuna wasi wakiokota offering, inaekango kwa boot, wanahesabia bedroom. They are there. But I'll tell you the truth. Majority si za watu. Ziko na systems and all that. So kuna hizo debates za tithing, but I believe tithing for me is in the Bible, and it's one of the requirements for raising resources for the work of God and for the welfare of the people. And God blesses people so that out of their blessing, they're able to partner with his work.
Thank you for that.
Wow. Now you need to know why he does not give tithe. Now this is the claim. Now he has explained everything. Now he has dived in now to say why he does not give tithe. He has explained everything, the importance of tithing, the importance of giving in the church, everything that you need to know about giving. He has explained everything. And if you need to see the whole video, you can go to King Morris, Dr. King Morris, or the Wicked Edition. It is the courtesy of Wicked Edition. So, if you want to know why he does not give tithe, now this is a clip. You must not skip this clip. Just listen and hear why he does not give tithe. I'm very sure this will motivate you, because he has explained to you, you have understood tithing, you have understood why it is important to give in the church. Now is the time to know why he does not give tithe.
So ukianza kujua mtu amekudeliver kutoka hizo vitu zote. Mimi hata niliacha kutithe. Na ndakwambia kwa nini? Niliacha kuhesabia Mungu 10%. I give more than 10%.
Now, it was very short, like the way I've given onto you. But what I've understood from him is that giving tithe, it is not all about 10%. As per him, of a revelation that God has given unto him through the prayers that you have heard, they prayed because they had conversation with that person, and they said, instead of having this conversation and proving through the Bible, let us go and pray. And God gave them 3 purposes of giving, or giving tithe, or giving the church. And the first thing that God taught them is love. When you are giving, you give as an indication of love. The second thing that God taught onto them, he said that the church should have a treasury, of which, because of things which normally happens in the church, we have crusades, we have all those other things that normally happen in the church. So without treasury, or without a money that can be used for purposes of conducting those activities, it is very difficult. That's why church must have a treasury. That's why a church must have money to enable it in every activity they do. And then that thing that God taught them is about teaching in the church. Because when you are teaching, you teach people to get the revelation about giving. Because if they don't have the revelation about giving, then they will give and it will become cut to them. That's why God gave them those 3 things. The first one is love, and we remember that for God so loved the world, he gave his begotten son. The show of the love, because he wanted to rescue us from the sin. So when you are giving in the love, so it's to support the church financially, and then we have teachings that must go in the church, so it's to educate you when you are giving. So it's not to give with something maybe out of just being motivated because of giving without having revelation. And according to him, he has grown beyond giving tithe. He is beyond giving tithe. He gives more than tithe. According to him, because of the revelation that God gave unto him, that there's a love, treasury, and then giving. So because of that revelation, nowadays he give beyond the tithing. So meaning that in the portion that he normally give, there is a tithe, and then there is hand-ons that he hands on top of that tithe. He does not give exactly, he count 1, 2, 3, 4. No, he makes sure whatever that he is giving, it is more than tithe. Now, to grow at this maturity, you must have the teaching that now God gave unto them. You must have those teachings so as to understand why we must support the church, why we must give to the church. And that's why God gave that revelation, and he started giving more than the tithe. Now, when God tells us to give a 10%, that is just the minimum amount that God has given unto you to give when it comes to tithing, because we have different kinds of offerings. He has explained this video. I've not taken those clips in this video. You can go to Wicked Edition and you will see spiritual finances in the church, and you get the whole thing there. So here he is trying to explain how when you have revelation, you can give more than whatever that you have. So it is not matter of giving 10%. But you have love, whatever you are giving. You can give 10%, but it become a cut to you. You can give offerings, you can give other things, but you find you are giving because of the pressure maybe you are facing from your pastor, or pressure from the people who are surrounding you. But to him, he gives because of the love and because of understanding the importance of giving tithe. The importance of giving, and he hands. So he gives more than the tithe. So the question is, are you in the level of tithing, or you have grown over the tithing, or you are still complaining about tithing? If you are still complaining about tithing, then you need the church that teaches correctly about tithing. You will understand why it is important to give in the church. Because we have many people complaining about giving. They are saying giving, the church, they are taking a lot of money in what, all those kind of things. Now, in this clip, in the clips that we have captured here, we have heard him say the quoting amount the ODM used during campaign, and they were campaigning so as to win election. Now you see, they wanted to influence people to vote for them. Now when it comes to work of God, we need to influence people and to give them the truth so to get saved. So if we don't have finance to do all those things, we will not be able, as the same way as a politician. If they don't have money to go for campaigns, they will not be able to win election. The same way when it comes to work of God, we need finance to have instruments that will enable us to go for crusades, to go to other places. If it's the vehicles, if it's the planes, we need all those things so to go to the places that they have not had this Jesus. That's why it's very important to understand the giving. According to him, he has explained everything, that why he does not give tithe, but he gave more than, meaning he has overgrown tithing. He gave more than tithing because he knows the love. God gave him the love, treasury, and then teaching. So when you are giving, don't give because of the pressure from the pastor, but give because of the love you have towards Jesus. This is GC News, and this is where we conduct, or we make sure that we capture what's happening across the globe concerning Christians, because we need you to get information and be involved. Make sure you subscribe to this channel, because you'll be getting a very inspiring information. You'll be getting a lot of things that will inspire you, and they will equip you with knowledge. This is Stephen, GC News. God bless.